Jamie led only a handful of men when he rescued me at Fort William. What's the matter?
Outlander is ending. One final season, one last battle, not just for freedom, but for family. Season 8 is the finish line. After years of time travel, heartbreak, revolution, and love, Outlander is about to close the book. But there's one secret it still hasn't touched, something the show has danced around for years but never fully said out loud. Fergus Fraser's parentage. They left it, ignored it, moved past it. But now, with Fergus and Marsali returning for the final season, I think it's finally time. Because the twist is there, buried in Diana Gabaldon's books. Fergus, the boy Jamie raised as a son, is actually the biological child of Comte Saint-Germain. That's right, the same villain who tried to kill Claire back in Season 2. The same man Claire once outwitted in Versailles. And if that's not enough, Fergus's mother? Amélie Beauchamp, possibly a relative of Claire's. It's been quietly sitting there unexplored, but the setup is complete. Season 8 has everything it needs to bring this mystery back into the light. Let's back up for a second. Fergus and Marsali have been off-screen for a while. Their absence in Season 7 was obvious and frustrating. That's probably why the show skipped over the Fergus twist when Percy Beauchamp appeared. In the books, Percy comes asking questions on behalf of Comte Saint-Germain. He wants answers. But the show introduced him, then dropped it. No follow-up, no hints, no confrontation. Now, with César Domboy and Lauren Lyle confirmed to return, the silence can finally break. Because the truth is, Fergus's story was never finished, and this twist, it changes everything. It means Fergus isn't just a pickpocket from Paris, he's the son of a time traveler, the son of a man who tried to destroy Claire, and maybe, just maybe, a cousin to her too. Diana Gabaldon's spin-off novel The Space Between reveals something even bigger. Comte Saint-Germain isn't just a manipulative nobleman, he's a time traveler, just like Claire, just like Brianna, just like Roger. So, what does that make Fergus? We've always wondered why he felt so central to Jamie's life, why his loyalty ran so deep, why Claire always looked at him with something close to sadness. Maybe it wasn't just because of what they'd been through, maybe it was fate, blood, time. And now that we know Captain Richardson is also from the future, the rules are starting to crack wide open. Season 7 brought back Master Raymond. It revealed the truth about Faith Fraser. Clearly, the writers are ready to dive deeper into the time travel lore. So why stop now? Fergus's origin is the missing link. It's the thread that connects the magic of Master Raymond, the villainy of Saint-Germain, and the legacy of the Beauchamps. The series has dropped the clues, it's placed the right people in the right places, and with Fergus returning, it finally has the excuse to let this truth out. Some fans might say it's too late, that Season 7 should have covered this when Percy appeared, but I'd argue the timing now is better. This is the final chapter. Every truth needs to come out. Every lie needs to collapse. There's no more time to tease, no more room for subtlety. And Fergus deserves it. He's been Jamie's shadow, his fighter, his son in every way that matters. But he's never known who he really is. If the show ends without telling him, it would feel incomplete. And let's not forget the emotional weight this could carry. Imagine Claire realizing that Fergus, the boy she helped raise, might be her blood, that the child of her enemy carries her family name, that in trying to escape Saint-Germain's legacy, she accidentally raised it herself. Outlander is built on destiny, on connections across time. Fergus's origin would be the most haunting twist yet, because it was never about coincidence, it was always about fate. But Outlander isn't what it used to be, and I don't just mean the cast getting older or the locations changing. I'm talking about the genre itself. Somewhere along the way, the story started as a time-traveling romantic fantasy and slowly became a historical romance with just a sprinkle of magic. Now, with Season 8 set to close Claire and Jamie's story and the spin-off Outlander Blood of My Blood waiting in the wings, that genre confusion might finally catch up with the series. In the books, Diana Gabaldon never forgot that this was a fantasy at its core. Claire was magical. Her time travel wasn't just a plot device, it was part of a bigger mystical world. She had healing powers, she saw auras, and she shared a connection with others like her, especially Master Raymond. But if you only watched the show, you probably forgot all that even existed. Now that's not an accident. The TV adaptation made choices, likely budget-driven ones, that cut down the fantasy. Stars leaned hard into the romance and historical drama because that's what viewers were tuning in for. And for a while, that worked. Jamie and Claire's love story was strong enough to carry it all, but now, Season 8 is threatening to throw us back into the deep end of magic, and it could be jarring. Season 7 gave us a taste of what's coming. Roger's journey with his father introduced a fresh wave of destiny and time-warped fate. Claire's vision of Master Raymond hinted at her magical lineage returning to center stage. And then there's the biggest twist, the idea that her stillborn daughter, Faith, might somehow be alive. If the show had been consistently building toward that kind of reveal, it would be one thing, but it hasn't. It's been years since Claire's powers were anything more than a whisper, which makes this magical pivot in Season 8 feel a bit out of place. It's not that the fantasy doesn't belong in Outlander, it absolutely does. It's that the show hasn't earned it, at least not lately. What complicates this even more is the arrival of Blood of My Blood. This spin-off is supposed to dig into the lives of Jamie's and Claire's parents. That means we'll be moving back and forth between the 18th and 20th centuries. And yet, so far, there's no real sign of magic. No standing stones, no time travel, no healing hands or glowing auras, just more romance, more history, more family. It's not that romance doesn't sell. Outlander built its empire on passion, after all. But if the original series is going to close its final chapter with a magical punch, and the spin-off opens with none of that at all, the tonal whiplash could be severe. Fans who have stuck around for the love story might get lost in the sudden mysticism. Meanwhile, longtime book fans who crave the fantasy might be disappointed that the spin-off seems even more grounded than the show they already found too stripped down. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching. And we will see you in the next one. Your suggestions for future videos are always welcome in the comments section down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay in the loop. And if you want, you can share your thoughts about this video in the comments.